Hey fellow gamers, are you thinking of picking up Lies of P? Well, I'm 2.5 hours in and I just want to give you a quick review based on my experience so far. Just before we jump in, remember, if you do like the video, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, it really helps me out. Let's get going. So I picked up Lies of P on launch day and I was really excited to get into it. I logged about 2.5 hours on day one and I just wanted to give everybody a quick review based on my experience so far. We're going to cover 5 key points, which include the storyline, the graphics, the game mechanics, the overall playstyle required, and my overall feeling and fun factor in the game. So first things first, the storyline. For any good game, you want to have a decent story, at least to get you into the game a little bit. And for me, Lies of P just did not do that. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know who was talking to me. I didn't know what the point was. And it just felt very linear in where I was going. And I didn't really know what the story was. And 2.5 hours later, it's still pretty unclear. And there's maybe a little hint of story, but overall, I got to give it a thumbs down. Next up, we've got the graphics. I gotta say, the graphics are fantastic. Although the game is a little bit dark and it doesn't have that much to it in terms of forestry or mountains or a wide open universe, the graphics are pretty excellent. For this particular type of game, I can't say that the graphics are what makes the game amazing, but I would definitely give it a thumbs up. Next up, the game mechanics. Now, I define mechanics as not really the overall playstyle, more the way that the game functions in terms of when you click the button, the responsiveness, the timing required. And for a game like this, the timing is key. Definitely still learning the buttons and trying to figure out the timing on the enemy's attacks and how long it takes to parry something versus dodge it versus attack. But I gotta say, it felt very clunky from the time that you click the mouse button or the time that you hit something on the keyboard. The responsiveness just didn't feel quite there. Now, it did get a little bit better as I played, so we'll see how that pans out the more that I play. But I gotta say, aside from the fact that it's frustrating to die quite frequently, and that's probably just because I'm not very good yet, but it just didn't have that same feeling as a game like God of War, where it just felt really good when you did make a successful parry or you did make a successful hit. Got to give the mechanics a thumbs down. Next up, the overall play style. Now, as expected, it's a bit of a slower play style. You need to play quite cautiously, otherwise, you're going to die. So you can't just go running through bashing enemies and expect to make it very far in the game. It's definitely a dodging and parrying type of game. I'd say it lends way heavily onto the side of actually blocking and parrying. So if you can master the timing on a block when the enemy is attacking you, then this game is going to be right up your alley. And then that lends back to the mechanics as well, where I found it to just be a little bit slow. So if you're trying to dodge or jump around a lot, you're not going to find much success. Where you're going to find success is in your timing. For playstyle, for me and the way that I like to play games, unfortunately, so far, it's a thumbs down. I have a feeling like there's going to be more weapons and upgrades and stuff that's going to make it a little bit more fun, but right out of the gate, I gotta say, a little bit disappointed. Lastly, the overall feeling, coolness, fun factor in the game. And for me, as you can expect, I gotta give it a thumbs down. It did not feel very fun when I did kill a boss or I did get a successful parry or kill something. It wasn't as satisfying as the disappointment felt when I had to respawn at a checkpoint and go through the same enemies again. Now it's got the same game algorithm as a lot of the other Dark Soul games where you gotta redo stuff quite frequently or a lot if you're losing a timely battle or you're dying to an enemy that perhaps you shouldn't be dying to. But having a slow play style and having to work your way through the game quite slowly, it's just a little bit tough and a little bit time consuming. So if that's your style of game, then by all means, this one's going to be for you. But for me, fortunately, just didn't hit it on the head. So going to give it a little bit more time. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll maybe throw up another review, see if anything's changed. Well, I hope you liked that video. If you did, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you liked or what you didn't like. Don't forget, you can also catch me over on Twitch. Link is going to be in the description. And if there's any other content you'd like to see, let me know with a comment. As always, thanks for watching. This was not Adam Driver, and I'll catch you on the next one.